Welcome. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a Kickstarter preview for 65 2nd edition. 65 The Jungles of Vietnam is the first in the Squad Battles series designed by Mark H. Walker. This Kickstarter is going to launch on Thursday, September 19th, 2024 at 12 EDT. Please don't forget that the first few backers will actually receive the game for free, so make sure you're logged on early at noon on the 19th so that you can be one of those first few backers. This second edition of 65 is going to bring in a lot of new features that we'll get into in just a minute. And in addition, on this Kickstarter, we're going to have some really cool add-ons available for you guys, not to mention access to our Pledge Manager, which is going to have most of the products from the Flying Pig Games store. So for those of you outside of the United States, you're going to be able to access the Pledge Manager by pledging at this Kickstarter at like the $1 level to get access to the Pledge Manager so that you can purchase other products from our store. Thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. This second edition of 65 is going to bring in the lasting effects of artillery barrages, desperation fire, and more immersive helicopter gaming. There's also going to be more features, but those are just a few to start off. In addition, it's going to update the rules and player aid cards and incorporates a lot of the errata from the first edition. So for those of you who aren't familiar with 65, The Jungles of Vietnam, 65 is the first in the Squad Battles series designed by Mark H. Walker. If you've heard of our most recent game, 85, that is the next in this series. 65 evolved from the Night of Man system, which was the first game that Flying Pig put out in 2014. So 65 is the first in the Squad Battles series, and then we had 85 come out in the spring of this year, 2024. And the next year, we're going to have 85 coming out that's going to be designed by Dr. Arrigo Veliconia. So the Squad Battle system uses a card-driven system that keeps the rules overhead low, but keeps it very exciting and fast-paced. Combat is even resolved with the cards themselves, so you don't even need to roll any dice. You're just drawing cards, and it's going to tell you the results of combat. In addition, the actions that you have available to you are going to be only in front of you in your hand of cards in front of you. So it makes a really exciting, fast-paced system, and you never know what your opponent has in their hands, so you don't know what they're going to be able to do next. So like I've mentioned, there are a few games in the Squad Battles series. So once you learn this system, you're going to be able to apply it to a lot of different settings, which is really fun, so that you can pick up and play a lot of different games in a lot of different settings. So like I said, you can use this system with Night of Man, 65, 85, and then the upcoming 95. 65, The Jungles of Vietnam, covers skirmishes from La Drang to Operation Starlight. You get to control U.S. Army rifle squads, M48 tanks, M113 armored personnel, Hueys, North Vietnamese zappers, RPD machine guns, and VC rifle squads. So in addition to having this updated second edition of 65, which is really one of our classics.
I've seen this one. This is a classic.
Within Flying Pig Games. I'm asked about this game all the time. I love playing it. It's a great game. You're also going to have available to you some add-ons in the Kickstarter itself. So the first add-on is going to be a brand new scenario booklet of 6 scenarios called Kickin' Ass. You're going to be able to add this on to your pledge that you make for 65 2nd edition. Another really exciting add-on is actually going to be a boxed expansion, and it's going to be called Drawn Swords. This is going to be designed by Dr. Arrigo Veliconia, which I mentioned before. He's designing 95, so he's very familiar with the Squad Battle system, and this expansion is going to be really exciting. Drawn Swords is actually going to be bringing in ARVN, so the Army of the Republic of Vietnam. So as always, one of the benefits of backing one of our Kickstarters is going to be getting the game at a discounted rate. It's going to be cheaper to get it through Kickstarter than it is once it comes into stock on our web store. So that is one of the benefits Kickstarters get. They're also going to get their games before anybody else will when they purchase it from the store. Kickstarter is going to get the games first, obviously. And then also, for those of you outside of the United States, in the Pledge Manager, there's going to be all kinds of items from our web store. I get emails all the time from people outside of the United States. I wish we could ship to you guys directly from our web store, but unfortunately we can't do that. One of the ways that you can get access to our games is through a Kickstarter. We're going to have a pledge level available where you can pledge at the $1 amount just so that you can get access to the Pledge Manager. You're not going to actually get a copy of 65, but it will get you access to the Pledge Manager so that you can get into our web store that way, and you can get all the products that we put into our pledge manager after the Kickstarter ends. So that's a great way for people outside of the United States to get access to our products. Thanks again for watching this video and for supporting us via Kickstarter. Like I said, this Kickstarter is going to go live noon EDT on Thursday, September 19th, 2024. Thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.